video, the more agents back out or find that their lie was compromised and leave to disassociate themselves with what took place. It is. So anyhow, the delivery today was from us, and somehow they managed to beat me there. I don't even know how they beat me there. And it's weird because Rob that stopped by today, like, I'm been in my car getting something, and I see this truck coming, this white truck, and I'm like, oh no, but I'm like, oh no, without even, I'm like, oh no, but oh no, in the sense that, oh, I said, oh no, with comfort, knowing, like, I don't know him from nowhere, you know what I'm saying? And like, there's no reason why he should stop. He should keep going. You get what I'm saying? And don't he stop and be like, hey, sweet thing? You know what I'm saying, Robert? Don't he stop and be like, sweet thing? And I'm talking about, like, and I'm like, oh, hi. Like, how are you? Like, and he's like, yeah, so you by the house. He also offered to cut the grass. He's like, I used to charge Jimmy $30, to cut the grass here. He was like, yeah, me and Jimmy went to school together. And, and he did. So as he's about to leave it, he's telling me, he's like, no, I can't talk really. He said, because I got this, I don't have no teeth. He's like, well, I got teeth, but I don't, these are dentures. So he got his fresh new set in, and and I'm like, get used to him, like, and you try to steady talk, and I'm like, just chill and get used to him. And he's like, he asked me, if I like horses, because I asked him, I'm like, if I need you, I was like, I told him the same thing I told the other Robert. Both of their names are Robert, okay? So they're gonna act like I'm never gonna see that other Robert and completely act like that never took place. But they were, and that's how they tried to alleviate. In which him and we talked about like the native stuff too. I don't know if the recording caught any of that. And here lately with my recordings, I haven't even been putting them on like the Google Drive, like, and putting the links on Facebook, because I found that they're like corrupting my, all of them, making all kind of different separate attacks. I found that they're, look, and another one. And I found that they're compromising, they're corrupting the files. So when you finally click on it, you can't hear the audio recording. They're corrupting the files. But you know how it goes. If it was successfully uploaded to the drive, it's there. Okay? So all this shit will get out. No matter what. I think they expected me to panic, knowing how much information and detail is in those recordings, and like literally waste a lot of time trying to like figure out how to combat. There's no solution for that shit other than getting this story out. That's the only solution for that. I'm not worried. And that's the thing. Remember in like my older videos when I talked about stress a little bit, how I'm never stressed. Like, I'm angry as fuck, but I'm never stressed. Do you know what stress is? Stress means, it took me a long time to figure this out. Stress means that you worry. Okay? To stress is to worry. You don't ever see me worried about nothing. You always see me telling on the motherfucking feds. So don't ever try to say I'm stressed out. I don't have that problem. And when cells aren't consecrating the way that they're supposed to, I'm telling you, the fucking government is attacking my DNA. How fucking stupid are you? So, I mean, y'all motherfuckers taking tests that you got answers to. Like, you were given a fucking answer and still failed. All of you failed. So and he asked me about horses. And I'm like, oh, you have horses? And he's like, yeah, I got two. And he's like, you want to go see them? He said, I got to feed them anyhow. And I'm like, yeah, no, wait, I got to wait on this package to come. And so I'm like, hold up, let me check this package thing or whatever. And so by the time I refresh it, it says that they've already been there and that the address is invalid and everything. And I'm like, no, they already came. And I'm like, damn, and we were talking about the post office and that I needed to go there too. Because I was trying to talk my way out of it at first. And now I'm like, man, let me go see these horses. And he's like, come on, you can ride with me. And I jump in with Robert in his white pickup truck. And we go to see the horses. Okay? And when we get there, like, let me tell you, like, sensory perception, this is one of the things that they were doing to my mom and making her feel threatened by me. Okay? Like, they were making her feel uneasy and having her think that I try to beat the demon out of her. And so she become extremely paranoid and uncomfortable and act in a way that she had no reason to act. This is what they were doing when I show up. So when I showed up one time, I'm calm as fuck. Like, that was pretty much the last time. I only saw her once since then. She called the cops on me. And you deal with disrespect all the time. Like from Romano and John. You know what I'm saying? And the one that's never disrespected you, you think that you know what I'm saying? Like, just because all this shit is going on, you think like they had the agent on duty really convinced that I was going to beat my mom. And it called the cops on me for no fucking reason. The shit looked crazy when the cops got there. I'm standing there with like fucking notepads and shit in my hands, my arms folded, like. Can't even believe that she did that. And you've heard me say like a couple of times, like, I was staying away because like with the shit that I fucking hate for the demon was being like, I was staying away because I really didn't want to have to like hit her. But they had it paranoid thinking that I would beat the shit out of her. And being aggressive towards me and like just for no fucking reason. You know what I'm saying? Doing some real uncalled for, unheard of shit. And trying to be the one that could disrespect me. They felt like that I wasn't tolerating shit from nobody and they were trying to use the most important identity to me to fucking like disrespect me with. Meanwhile, while I won't go for nothing, like you can't do shit to me and I act like I deserve every motherfucking thing, they always have her working against me, acting like she don't deserve fucking shit. Like, always okay with some low ass shit and disrespect. And what just happened right now, like me bursting out into tears, that it's not even a natural reaction the way that it's supposed to be. Like, they triggered it. So, sensory perception. Like, every time they've ever done that to me, and you can imagine over the years they've done it on, like, probably a couple handful of occasions where they try to make me feel like I'm going to be in extreme danger. So they were acting like they were painting this picture as if like it was in the middle of nowhere, and that he was taking me to this hidden location where they do all these horrible ass things, you know, just like you see in the fucking movie. It's how they were painting it. And so I go, you know what I'm saying? Like, we go right literally down the street and we make a probably 2 turns. And we ride into, I'm saying like nothing suspicious about it. Like, you don't have to open the motherfucking gate and we drive in and drive down a dirt road. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one of those things. Like, if it turned out to be something, it would be like past that. You get what I'm saying? Like, but anyhow, it stopped at the gate. He blows the horn and the horses come running towards him. Like, that's routine. Like, what I witnessed was routine. And then he opens up the shed. Like, he had to unlock the gate. And then he, like, but this is like a doorway, like not one that a car can fit through. And it's literally right here, and it's in the open or whatever. And he opens it up, and there's nothing in that motherfucking shed that you would observe and make you think that, you know, some extra foul shit, that was a medium in between for some of the foul shit that goes on. And meanwhile, they're fucking with my sensory perception bad. You get what I'm saying? Like, I can feel everything that they're acting like is happening, and all the feelings that are associated with it. But I asked him if it was okay for me to take photos, and so I recorded, you know, like a short piece of it, you know, after I examined, like not examined. There's a word that they're trying to keep me from using. As soon as I what's the word that I used earlier? It's not inventory. They're trying to keep me from using the word that means to examine something and take in probability. After I anyhow, you know what I'm trying to say. I think you know what I'm trying to say. I go, so I look and he's showing me the one, you know, the things, the saddles. You know, it's a pile of their food there, and it's saddles there, and it's just these 2 horses, and the horses really didn't want nothing to do with me. I'm not surprised. You know, like, they attach themselves to everything and control everything, the way that everything responds to me. So, like, I'm not surprised by that. But he was, oh my goodness, and I just thought about me entertaining, wanting to learn how to ride one. Because he kind of volunteered. And, you know, I didn't go into the story about it, but like, I hadn't really been around a horse since I was a kid. And most recently, I'm talking about like in the last decade and a half or so, me and my cousin, we were planning on learning to ride the one that they murdered in 2000. It was a series of days in ICU at the end of December 2017, before they murdered her in January 2018. 18. Did I just say that right? Series of ICU days in ICU in December 2017 before they finally murdered her in January 2018. Shirley Edwards Talbert Sperling. I'm trying to think if that's how you pronounce his last name. It seems right, like it's fresh from the memory, but it also is too close to the pedophile's last name that was next door on Upland. Weird ass motherfucker. So anyhow, it's been an hour 2 minutes. Yeah, I had just had my shower like before I came here, and now I feel so filthy all over again. Talking about ain't did nothing but come in contact with too much filthy shit. So anyhow, we bring that to a close. We weren't even there 10 minutes, okay? And then we're headed back, and I'm like, I still gotta go by the post office. And Robert Fresh, like, he just got his teeth fixed, and he trying to date and stuff. And you'll see him ask me too, what kind of dancing do I do? Like, and this is after he told me I looked like I was 45. So, which went in one ear and out the other. I just had to tell you because the government's gonna use that against me a lot. They're trying to call me the older folks too. And the old time that him and I were talking, they were calling me Sonya. They said that I was gonna destroy Sonya by not letting people stop by my place. Because she always had company over or something like that, is what they were saying. So anyhow, he's amazing. He's the only one that's been through all that other stuff. So what attack could he be making? You know, it would take me so long to go through all the things, the constant attacks that's taking place all day long. Isn't my US bank app like not allowing me to open my account and visibly view the amount in it, in which I've been calling for the last couple days? Because they won't let the mobile app work. Is it that attack? Claiming that account? They're still not letting that work. I want you to realize, like, for all the attacks, all the constant things that take place, like, when I fuck up enough shit, they just suddenly get off. They're still on my vehicle. They're obviously still on me. Like, who the fuck do you think will buy a Benz that makes noise? Mercedes-Benz ain't been being like, you know what I'm saying? Like you think they be about the vehicle, like, but you just saw how there's a perk and only taking it to the dealer. Same thing I did with the BMWs that I had. I never took that blue one really, but I took the white one there only to the Dave Walters dealership near where my dad lives. Literally a couple minutes walk, about a minute and a half. Okay, so anyhow, um I think that's it. I'm gonna have to see if I can go and use the bathroom and manage all this. Unfortunately, with this phone right now, like I have it set up so that the battery will last. So that means it optimized all the things that were taking place. So apps just running in the background, you know, making sure some apps didn't power up or, you know, do the function the way that they normally would. So it said that from this full charge, I had like literally 3 days, 80 some hours before it would go down. And I just keep this phone on, even it's on all the time, while this one is off most of the time, my iPhone. So this is that Samsung that I was telling you about, the one they took and gave back to me to claim my behavior and hide the fact that they had me walking on foot and trying to claim all that and apply it to Demita. Yeah. And Chantel and Suela and a bunch of other nasty ass bitches. They mad too. Like lately they've been mad because like you're gonna find out that Chantel, which is my Romano Oliver's girlfriend or baby mom, it might have even married the thing by now, trying to play the role that it wants to be. Okay, like that's how bad it wanted it to be saw as me. So they've been mad lately that you're gonna find out that Chantel and Romano is an example of Upland Avenue. So they're no different than Upland Avenue in many ways, you know, like that's the lives. Those are the type of lifestyles that they live nasty or whatever, you know. They went back to mouth hygiene, showering, all kind of stuff. Okay, like, and you got to understand, like, a lot of constant attacks has been made to get him to the point where he is today, and you did all that just to be a supervisor. But you have to make sure now that's in that identity, did all that to be that in identity. That agent has interest, tons and tons of interest, businesses and corporations that is trying to maintain. And everything always depends on them getting away from who they were. I'm talking about the motherfuckers that have another kid to not be associated with all the attacks they made when they had one kid or two kids. So, yeah. And now, because I can say so much about that, they're jamming. They're like saying the information I have, but they're saying it in like speaking over one of another. So bits and pieces of it. And what that does is that if I try to speak about those things, like it'll be with not with error, but it would, you'll see me not being able to really put it into words the way that I want to. Look, y'all, it's Joanne Knowles in motherfucking Shawnee, Oklahoma, with an Oklahoma plate on, and they calling her Joanne in motherfucking Akron, Ohio. Change them motherfucking twins' faces. Them twins was ugly as fuck, okay? And they could have been ugly as fuck, and me never have said it, never even. I'm telling you, you have to understand, like, we're talking about someone that don't never have a bad thought about people. I don't judge appearances or nothing. So when I saw them looking the way that they looked, they wasn't ugly until they started trying to pull the shit they were trying to pull. That's when I started noting them hoes as ugly. And they wanted to be fucked so motherfucking bad, it wasn't funny. So they changed their faces to do that. I'll never look at nobody and be like, I'm talking about like, y'all, finding out who the devil is has been like the best and worst fucking thing ever. The best and worst thing ever. I have more I want to say, and they tied my neck up and every motherfucking thing. I can't get the words out. So, somewhere else nearby, another agent was suggesting that I wasn't getting out the car because I'm ashamed of my appearance. And they were lying about how big I am. And when I finally get out my car, they throw a fit literally every time I get out my car. Remember I told you I did laundry. And that's the white sheet, the white comforter that I sleep with over my body when I lean my seat all the way back at night. And I just cover myself in that. And I have a really comfortable pillow too. Oh, something fried smells good, but it would be so nasty. It smells so good, but it would be so nasty when I had it. I need to use the bathroom. So, have you ever wondered when that happens? And everyone's inside, and no one comes out to check how they know it's being done on purpose. So what is that place? Popeyes? I think I could probably go there and use the bathroom. Alright y'all, let's run for it. Like I said, I can't pause this camera because of the way that I set it up to make sure the battery lasts. But I'm sure this has had some type of impact. When I started, it was like 74%, 79%. And now, I can't see this too long. Starbucks, Popeyes. So look, the other day, I decided that this is, where was I? In Texas? No, I'm trying to think where in Texas. I think I was like, by the, what is it called in Texas? Anyhow, I was at some location and I get out and I decide, I get off the train. I was riding in the train. That's why I was trying to remember the location. So I get off the train and I'm like, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna stop here because I'll be able to use the bathroom. I'll find one of these places to use the bathroom and I'll get a snack. So I go in Cane's. I've been seeing Cane's, but you know, hadn't stopped that one. I've been seeing Cane's, never had stopped that one. So I see where you can buy one strip. I decided to buy one strip and try it. And bitches, don't the two black females there both have like these extremely horrible, you can tell like covertly they're acting like they just hate the fuck out of me and they want to be rude but they can't because I snatch them from over the counter. Like, and then I leave there and I go to Starbucks and like I literally had just said what I wanted to myself on the train, because I don't even go to Starbucks all the time. Nothing like I used to. Like, I'm talking about, it's a new year. Last year, I had some pennies. And I went to Starbucks. I don't even think I can fill up both hands with the number of times that I went. So I just told myself what I wanted, and I I get there and I get what I normally get. Like it's so weird. I only get two things from there, two type of drinks, and both drinks signify a time and period of my life and what I was going through. So they didn't want to everything, making sure I can't eat the way that I used to and tearing my mouth up and tearing my teeth up is all to keep me from eating certain things they're now eating to claim that they're me. Trying to make sure that I don't have a place to retreat to is being done to make sure to call me things and make sure that they don't compromise the identities that are posing as me. Everything, clothes. They don't want me to wear certain things. They don't want me to do anything that reminds people of who I am because they tried to erase my motherfucking past and claim it. Okay? So, they tried to erase my past and claim it. They didn't, and for everything that I do that I would normally do, like traveling, being on the road, stuff like that, like that's like they broke my car to get me out of it and to claim that I wasn't in it and that I don't drive. And so then following that, he looked at me like, so then following that, without the, just, but, it, yeah, to make sure I wasn't, they broke my car to make sure I didn't surface in it for about a week. They're still messing with my teeth to make sure I don't eat certain things. Wings with bone in. They don't want me to, what I'm saying, have or make certain foods. They were trying to claim my cooking behavior. Me making sure I have a home cooked meal and me not eating out. Okay, so for 5 weeks straight, excluding the couple meals that I made at the hotel, like they've been trying to pin all the fast food behavior on me and claiming they're cooking meals. They're claiming my behavior. They didn't want me to cook so that it wouldn't to keep it from showing up. They try to make sure a behavior can't take place to keep it from showing up because everything is about a headspace, a category. And when you're in these headspaces and the categories that the government places you in, these are mind control categories, okay? And when they know that you won't remember certain things, and think about it, the entire population they knows are a reflection of artificial intelligence, robots.